Hey, besties. Welcome to the Bestie Blend, your weekly sip of laughs, life hacks, and real talk vibes. I'm Jen.
And I'm Nancy Ann.
And every episode, we mix friendship, fun, and a little bit of honesty to help you feel seen, inspired, and ready for the week. Whether you're commuting, chilling with a latte, or scrolling through your feed, we've got stories, guest chats, and tiny rituals to brighten your day. Grab your drink, get comfy, and let's blend it up.
Let's blend. I got my cup of coffee.
I do too, in my favorite mug.
Nice, so do I. So how's your week going, Jen? What's going on with you?
It's been busy this week. New air conditioning with, drama.
Woot woot.
Gotta love working with businesses. Larry's daughter is coming to town. It's been 10 years since they've seen each other, so the reconnection has been pretty cool. It's been
So
really good.
exciting. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
We have a baby shower tomorrow for my niece.
Yeah.
Yeah, the group is at Disneyland today, having some father-daughter time, and Auntie and I stay
Jealous?
home and do this and clean the house, right? Jealous? Totally.
We're going to have a girl. Yeah.
How are you healing?
I'm doing great. I get to go to work today for the first time since surgery, so that will be interesting, physically going into the showroom downtown. So that will be fun. I feel wonderful. I feel a lot lighter. Life is actually...
Have you driven yet?
I've driven a little tiny bit, not a lot. So today will be my
good.
first longer drive. So we'll
Are you
see what
okay?
happens.
You're comfortable sitting?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I get tired, but yeah, I think I'm good. I can do lots of fun things right now. It's not everything, but yeah, I'm becoming part of the land of the living again. So that's amazing.
Well, I know our listeners can't see us. I look dead because I just rolled out of bed about an hour ago, but you look so cute.
Thanks. Well, I'm going downtown. It's sample sale day. I got to show up. I work in fashion, so that's why. So last week we piggybacked on my story, and to those who reached out, wow, seriously, it's absolutely insane. The messages I've received this past week have been totally crazy and absolutely amazing. And there's some crazy healing going on, which is really awesome. I'm very excited about that. So thank you all who've listened and who've reached out. It's been super amazing.
So this week, we're going to go back to my story. It's personal, so grab your tea. I don't think you'll need tissues, but grab them if you need them. So we'll go back into kind of my upbringing, I guess. So I think what's a little funny, and I use humor to calm the nerves.
Yeah.
So I grew up in, I guess, like that Christian household, if you can call it that. But biologically, mom and dad are both Jewish. I am Jewish by trade.
And by DNA.
By DNA. That whole, the religion itself, nobody really taught me it. I mean, sure, we went to temple. I had no clue what I was listening to. But I think out of our whole entire family, I can't remember if my mom was bat mitzvahed, but I was never bat mitzvahed, but all of my cousins, everybody went to Hebrew school, and they all were bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah.
So did you celebrate any of the holidays, though? Like the Jewish holidays, right?
I got the best of both worlds. I got Hanukkah and Christmas.
Nice.
Couldn't tell you what Hanukkah stood for back then. We did Passover. It was just the family getting together. I should say my family told the story, but I was so young, I didn't know. I do know now, but yeah, so we went to some of the high holidays. I'd go to temple, but again, you're sitting there and I'm like, I have no idea what any of it really means.
You just showed up.
Right. So when my dad was with my stepmom, somehow everything kind of converted, and they went from dad being in the Jewish religion, and not that I ever did anything with him, to my stepmom being raised Catholic. Then all of a sudden they became Christian, and I don't really know how all that happened or why.
Yeah.
I think the earliest I remember going to church, I was probably already 6 when all the abuse had begun. It was basically a cycle of abuse. And then it would just repeat. It was like, we're going to go get forgiven, and then we're going to go home and continue our lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the church that we had gone to, it was called Beth Ariel. It was like a Jews for Jesus type of church, those Jews who became believers. And I mean, it was cool. I remember like all the stories from the Bible. So after going to this Beth Ariel, I don't know what happened first, but remember I went to that elementary school that was public and then they transferred me to a private school. So I
Okay.
went to a Baptist private school. So then we just
Wow.
started going to that church and my stepmom worked at the school. Element Elementary school was pretty brutal for me. I don't know that I've ever told you that. When I was at school, I
No.
was bullied. I think it was harder that my stepmom worked there because she didn't care, obviously. And I don't even know if she really knew that I was getting bullied.
Yeah. Well, that makes, I mean, you got to feel like nowhere's safe then. Like home wasn't safe, school wasn't safe. Where are you going to go?
Right. Exactly. I think when I first got to the school, I had to repeat second grade. So I was in second grade, and that was like actually, I like my teacher. I was a new kid. Everything was totally fine. That was the year that I had lace gloves, like the Madonna lace gloves, and I got them taken away and never got them back.
Oh,
Because I guarantee you the teacher gave it to my stepmom, and then that was the end of it. She probably threw them away.
or maybe the teacher kept
But
them for herself.
that was the Madonna era. I
You
got
got
them
to love it.
at a store. Got them at a store on Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks.
I love that.
Really wish I could remember the name of the store. I know where it's at, and it's no longer there, but I don't
Is that
remember the
like
name of it.
the Ah store that we used to go to?
Oh,
That
that's still
crazy
there.
store? Ah,
Yes, I think that's still there.
was it
Oz.
something like near where Virgin Records used to be or Tower Records, whichever one it was. I
Yeah,
forget. That we
it's
used to
called
go to.
Oz. It was on, I think
Something
it's
like that.
Cedros. Is it Cedros? Cedros and
I don't
Ventura?
remember, but that was a good time. We used to walk Ventura Boulevard and go shopping and do fun things. That was great.
Back when cruising the boulevard was fun,
I know, and safe.
right? Yeah, safe. So yeah, going back to school, it was great. Like I had a good time
Mhm.
as far as just second grade. I ended up hanging out with the group of girls that were in the grade above me because technically that was my age group, not my own class because I was held back.
That's why you're older.
And then I started hanging out more with the boys. It was just
Mhm.
I was more comfortable. I mean,
Yeah.
growing up on my mom's side, I was the only girl.
Yeah.
Like we all hung out like with the boys. It was just that was normal for me. It
Yeah.
wasn't crushes, it wasn't nothing
Just
at that
fun.
time. Nothing like just fun. And then back then when
Back then
tomboy
when
was a
it was
thing,
a
that's
thing.
what I was. And I remember I should have pulled out some pictures. I had cut my hair literally all
I
off like a
remember
boy's cut.
I remember seeing pictures.
Yeah, and I thought, "Okay, I don't look like a girl. If I did that, well, my brother's not getting abused. Maybe cutting my hair that short,
Wow.
it would be I'll say turn off now, but I mean, I don't know the words I was looking for.
He would leave you alone.
Maybe it'll stop. Yeah, maybe it'll stop because I don't
Yeah.
look like a little girl." No,
That's
I did didn't stop
literally
it. It didn't stop.
that's so heartbreaking though to think that's what you did to yourself to make yourself like feel safe. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it didn't work. So, going in through elementary school after the second grade, I think I cut my hair in third or fourth grade. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the pictures. Third, fourth, fifth grade, you start doing summer parties with the girls. And,
Mhm.
with growing up in that elementary school with the girls in the class, it was so hard to be friends with everybody because it depended on the day. There
Yeah.
was one, basically the leader of the crew who was like, today, you know what? We're just not going to like Jennifer. We're not going to talk to her. And anytime you see her, you're just going to be mean to her. And that was my childhood going into elementary school for years, like after second grade.
Elementary
And then,
brutal.
right. And then going into slumber parties, I went because I don't remember why I went, but I remember one specific night. And I know, actually, I guarantee you none of these kids are going to remember. I'm friends with two of the girls still. Or
Nice.
I guess social media, not
Yeah.
friends, but we were at her house and I was laying down and I can hear all the whispers about when Jen falls asleep, we're going to make sure we do A, B, and C. So you think I fell asleep?
Yeah, right.
I stayed up the entire night and couldn't wait to go back home where I hated home.
Well,
And then,
they would take your bras and they would put them in the freezer. Do you remember that? If they didn't like
yeah,
you?
or put your finger in water,
Oh my
put your finger in water,
gosh.
make it pee.
Make you pee? Oh my goodness.
I don't even know if that was I don't know if that was true, but back then when they're talking about all of these
Yeah.
things that they're going to do these, terrible things to you, I never, that was the end of it. I never did a slumber party after that. I think Michelle back in elementary school, because that was like the original OG best friend. I don't even know why I called her best friend,
Yeah.
but she lived down the street from me, and we became friends, and somehow I consider her my best friend, and we both did. But she was such a jerk to me. It would just depend on the day. If she felt like being
No
nice to me,
way.
she'd be nice to me. I would go to her house to get the hell out of mine, and so she
Yeah.
had a pool. I'm like, every kid, if you don't have a pool, you wanna get in the pool. This is before my dad had the pool made in our yard. And I would remember she's like, "Yeah, come over, we'll go swimming." And I'd get there, she's like, "I don't wanna go swimming. I don't even know why you came here." And I was like, "Well, I'll just sit over here on the couch and watch TV because it's better than being at my house."
Wow.
Our friendship was like that until what? You and I met until probably 8th grade.
Yeah. But then she went to the same school.
Right, we both don't ask me why, but we both, like, planned on going to the same school because we were best friends even though
Okay.
she was a shitty friend to me.
Well, I mean, you've mentioned she struggled in the past.
Well, you know what? The sad part is her daughter, before she passed away, she would, post things online.
Yeah.
Her daughter was being bullied,
Oh,
and I'm like, in my head, it's karma, but that poor little girl, I know what it felt like.
yeah.
But now here Michelle's reaching out and complaining about all these girls and kids, and I'm like, "Well, you literally did the same thing to me." Literally, like
Yeah.
so, do you remember when we were in school and we had those back to school nights, like, right a week before
Oh,
school
yeah.
started?
Yeah.
Okay, so after I got broken up in a letter,
To
the
the
end of 7th grade leading into the
unmentionable.
summer from that guy,
You will not mention his name.
it will always make me laugh, sir. We were going into 8th grade, we went to that thing. I'll just say, remember her ex?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember.
He's married to
Oh, yes, I remember now. I
another.
remember now.
Okay,
That's all you
okay.
have to say.
We s Yeah, I'm not gonna mention his name, but we started talking quite a bit after my breakup letter. I
Okay.
probably called him because I was sad.
I actually think I remember.
So we were talking a lot, and we were excited to kinda get back into school, and we were both kind of at the point I liked him. I was almost positive that he liked me because of things that he told me,
Yeah.
but as soon as we got to that back to school night and he saw Michelle,
Mhm.
that was the end of it. Somewhere along those lines, or that year, that I think it still was before we started school, she shows up at my house, door knocks with her sister's in the car with her. I think he was there, and she gets out like she wants to try to fight me, and I'm like, why would you come to my house? He's yours. I'm not
Yeah.
taking anybody from you. I don't even talk to him anymore."
We're like kids then.
Yeah, and that was like I finally came to my senses after however many years
Yeah.
and just said, "I'm done." Like,
Life struggles though. Like I feel like that there was a lot of stuff that none of us knew because she struggled so much. So there had to be
well,
some.
well, I know her life was different too,
Yeah.
with her mom and the boyfriend and the divorces between, all of that stuff. I do remember a little bit. Like, she was never super, super close when it came to stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But as a girl, when you're in high school or junior high and you're going through puberty, I remember going, you're excited to go, "Oh my God, I started my period." And
Yeah.
I would tell her. And she was a little bit of a late bloomer. So I'm like, she still hadn't started. And something happened in school. And I don't remember, either told me she had asked me for a pad. I was like, "Wait, you didn't tell me you started your period?" Like,
That's big.
that's like bro code for girls. Like,
For
you
real.
tell your best friend when you
Yeah.
first have you're a woman now. Like,
Well, I
it's a
mean,
big deal for us when we're
yeah,
kids, right?
for sure. For sure.
Yeah, she never told me that. But then life was just different because then I had, you and I met, we were becoming close, and then we just had a really good group of friends moving forward. Like, it changed everything, and that's when I really started to have fun, was in 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah.
Because I had friends that cared, and, like, we talked, and you made me feel like I was your friend. I
Yeah.
didn't have to be the one to always call.
You could finally relax a little bit.
And then after high school, she had her boyfriend, they had their daughter, but she dealt with so much stuff after high school. When her boyfriend at the time had passed away, he had a drug overdose. And
So sad.
your heart just breaks because I can't even imagine that was her love.
Yeah.
And that destroyed her. I would run into her here and there, and you could just see she was destroyed.
Yeah.
And then I think it was, what, 3 years ago? Maybe 3 years ago, she was in a car accident. And
Yeah.
she passed away.
That was awful
Yeah.
though. Horrible crash.
Terrible. Yeah.
Don't
So,
drink
I
and
mean,
drive or don't speed. Don't do any of those things.
yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual outcome was. I don't think she was actually under the influence of
Under
anything
the
from
influence. Yeah,
things
just
that we've
speed.
heard. It was just one of those tragic accidents.
Horrible.
So I did go to her memorial or I guess funeral and just like looking back at all her pictures and those letters I have, they're all like half of those letters are from like, 6th and 7th
Least,
grade from us.
at least.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they're just great memories.
I was gonna say
So yeah,
girlfriends are not nice all the time, even though they could be your best friend. Sometimes they're not the nicest. We know.
I know we're girls. We're not the nicest like species sometimes, especially with those hormones going.
Seriously.
So anyways, I guess we're still going to church at this time and we go back to Beth Ariel because they moved closer. I remember it being so far, like I don't know what far it was when you're little,
Yeah.
but once we finished and left the Baptist school and went to our school,
Huh?
we went back to Beth Ariel. Did you ever go with me?
You know what? I remember the name. I remember doing stuff, but I'm not 100% sure if I ever, maybe once or twice. I see it in my head, but I don't, I don't
Mhm.
remember if it was exactly that pace. I remember going to church with you to the church where John Tesh used to play the keyboard
That's it.
for worship. Oh, that's the same place?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
John Tesh and
Connie
Connie
Celica.
Selica?
Connie
Yeah.
Celica. So I did with you.
There was a yeah. There was a girl, her name was Lena. She was so cute. She was just really, really cute, bitty thing. She drove this white BMW, no, not BMW. She drove a white Volkswagen Bug,
Okay.
and we had become. She was close with the family, I think. Well, after the years, going back, and now that everybody kind of knows what happened to me, and
Mhm.
I had a conversation with my stepmom, and she brought up Lena, I don't
Huh.
remember. And she said, there was one time where we were at the house and she asked me if you had ever been abused.
Wow.
Well, I remember we just randomly stopped going to church one day and never
Crazy.
went back. Right.
So somebody
So
had
did,
questioned.
yeah. So she's like, oh, by the way, I wonder, she asked me this and
Wow.
I don't know. Like, again, as you're remembering all of these things, these are the small things that like the aha moments and you're starting to understand things.
Right? Like those are
Now,
literally the people who changed your life and you didn't even know it.
like the secret has to stay. So we're just going to stop going. And that was the end of it. I don't think we ever really went to church again after that because there was no
Wow.
other church.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I didn't realize that. That's crazy.
So I've been trying to locate her. Like, I mean, her name is not super common, but I don't know her last name. I called the church like a couple months ago
Uh-huh.
because she was in the choir. I do remember that. She had a really pretty voice. So, I mean, they're all new people. They have no idea. And it's not the same. He's not a pastor. It's not the same rabbi.
Okay.
So I don't know. So if anybody out there
Knows
remembers
Lena.
Beth Ariel, she was
That
this cute lady. Actually, she was probably early 20s. That's probably why I was able to connect with her a little bit, just because she was
yeah.
a little closer to my age. Yeah, I would love to ask her what she saw in me that nobody else saw. Or
Yeah.
maybe people saw it and they just kept their mouth shut and didn't say anything because I never said anything.
Well, I wonder if
So I
people
might,
who've gone through something similar can recognize the signs more than a person who hasn't.
I don't know. I can't. I always look when I'm with
Yeah.
people. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I feel like you're a
Yeah,
good judge. I feel like you know exactly when you see people, you know things for you,
mm,
like you specifically.
maybe. I don't know. Maybe just I don't see it because I'm not
Yeah.
looking at me.
Yeah.
I'm looking out.
I love that.
But yeah, I think just that turning point with our friends, like friendships, it just having you and all of our other friends, even like Joe. I mean, it kept me. We had really, really good times. I
Yeah.
mean, even when we had our little whatever we had, we'll get to that at some point because I have to sit down and find out what the heck happened. I don't even remember.
I don't think I do either.
Yeah, you were just chose boys over me. That's all I remember.
I don't manage my time wisely when I was younger. I didn't know how to handle it. Maybe that's what it
It
is.
was just yeah, I had all of your guys' support without having you truly knowing what
Which is
support I
amazing because
actually
I
really
mean,
needed.
to still be friends with people that we were friends with so long ago. I mean, we're looking like 35 plus years ago that we're still friends with them and we still talk with some of them. Actually, quite a few of them is pretty phenomenal that we have guy friends that are still there, you know. that we can
Right.
like
I mean,
reach out to and talk to like any given moment.
yeah, even my letter friend.
Even your letter friend. We need to have him on sometime.
I'm never letting that down because I love that story still. I just
He
wish
who
I could
will
find
not
the
be
letter.
named must come on our podcast because we love him.
So I told you, well, but the listeners don't. So the day that my podcast or my story came out, my brother called me
Ooh, this is a
and
good
we were getting
story.
ready to go. Yeah, we were getting ready to leave the house. And so my phone rings. I look at it and I just froze. I go, it's my brother.
Hmm.
And Larry's like, answer it. I'm like, I was nervous. I was so afraid that he was going to be angry with me. And I don't know why I thought that. I don't know. So normally you answer the phone like, yo, what's up? Like goofy. I was like, hello? And he's like, hey. And I'm just like, deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
He's like, I listened to your podcast today. Uh-huh. Oh gosh, this is the turning point. And he says, I'm really proud of you. Huh. The tears in my eyes. I was like, what? I don't
Insane.
know why I'm
Love this.
surprised because I know that's how I know.
Yeah.
It's just, I think all of the emotions coming and just different little things. And you don't realize the support that's there because I've kept it hidden and he knows it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like really, really, really supportive, saying there's no reason to be scared, afraid, mad, get it all out. Tell everybody.
Tell your story. That's what
Yeah,
this whole thing is about, is to get it out and not hold back and to tell the truth.
yeah. And I want to ask questions like, what have you heard? What are people saying? But he's just very much, I don't really want any part of being anywhere. Like, I live my life, I'm supporting you, and I need to reach out and let you know I support you, probably because
Yeah.
he heard me say, like, nobody's calling, nobody's, from
Yeah.
family. And not to any fault of his. I'm sure life just, you get busy. I get
Yeah.
that. And if he's truly staying out of it, he's just kind of doing his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yet just wanting to make sure I know that I'm supported. But here's the funny thing. So he's like, yeah, dad says, he says that you're stalking him. What? He goes, yeah, what do you mean stalking?
Incredible.
He thinks you're stalking him? He thinks you're stalking him on Facebook. When did he say that? And he's like, just a couple days ago. He blocked me from everything, even his telephone number.
So how could you be stalking him?
Well, first off, let's say I was. How
Okay.
would he even know?
If he blocked you.
But is somebody posting something or sending him messages?
I would love to know this. I would love to know,
But
what's
hey,
going on in his brain. We can't figure it out.
let's change the narrative, make me the villain,
Mm-hmm.
and him the, oh my God, I'm just trying to live my life and she's ruining it.
Sounds
Because
like
he said
the
that.
typical behavior of a narcissist and an abuser.
I hope he has sleepless nights. Well, he must, because if he's worried I'm stalking him, or he's just saying that so he can change his narrative, boggles my mind. Like, I don't understand it. What? I want to like cut his brain open and look at it.
For real. But you know
Like,
what? You know the truth. So
what's wrong with you?
you know the truth and you're telling the truth and nothing can change that story because that's your life. So he can try to rewrite it as much as possible, but I mean, he needs therapy. He needs help.
And so before we had started the podcast and really gotten diving into our stories and like really truly starting the healing process, I was still so angry, like, because I had put it all away. Like, you just don't, you ignore it. And so the small things would make me so angry. Like, I'd shake and you'd get the little knots in your neck because you're just so tense.
Yeah.
And I started feeling that as soon as my brother was like, came up, he just said dad. And I'm realizing, or I should say, I'm noticing that the anger is not as long and it's less and less. Like, I'm starting to go, wait a second. I can realize it and see it. Stop. There's no reason to be like, who cares? If he thinks I'm destroying his world, good. That's making me happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing anything but telling my story. Like, this is not a vindictive thing. This is just my story.
Exactly.
And so I'm learning to just take a breath and go, wait, I'm not mad. I'm really not mad. Like, so it's getting less. I get that like, oh, really quick. And then wait, no, I'm actually okay. I'm okay. It's
The
taking
healing
forever. Like, I hate that it takes this long.
healing process is so crazy to start to feel like you're back to normal and life is just great and wonderful. It's absolutely phenomenal. I'm so excited for you and all of that
too.
growth that you're going through and dealing with and therapy.
Yeah, if people don't know, I put myself back in therapy. So I was in therapy when I was 18, and then that was kind of like the last time I was ever in therapy again.
Mhm.
And I put myself back in it, I don't know what, a month ago,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah.
I it is funny when I talk to her, I'm like, I don't know that I really need this because I feel comfortable. Like I'm
Mhm.
not angry. I don't want to hit anything. Like not that I ever did, but I don't want to pick up a bat and hit this
Yeah.
pillow or whatever and yell. But I think it was more of I wanted to make sure that how I was feeling was normal and okay. Like it's okay to be mad because everybody's like, you have to forgive. You need to forgive him. Like, well, to a point, yeah. And that's I struggle with.
Yeah. That's hard.
And I need to know like I'm okay. That's not I don't have to do what society's saying that I have to do type thing. And
Mhm.
so when you think you don't need it, you're like, all right, no, I actually it's nice to talk about it and get it out. And so
Exactly.
I borrowed yours because she's faith-based and I really like her. So thank you.
I have to tell you that going to a faith-based therapist has been so amazing for me, and I feel like I know you're getting amazing stuff out of it too. And I feel like we're both very blessed. And I too feel the same way where it's like, "Oh, I'm good. I don't need her anymore. I think I'm great." And then I I I go, "Yep, I'm going to be going to her for a while." But I feel like having her there is I mean, she's helped me get through this, and I know she's helping you a lot just based on who she is and what she's been through herself and the type of therapist she is, and bringing our life back to God and getting the or offering the forgiveness that we need to, put up is pretty
Mhm.
intense and hard to, deal with and to stomach, but we're getting there. I know. I'm shocked at the progress you've made so fast and so far, and the
Oh,
support
I
you've
wouldn't say
gotten from
so
people
fast.
who you've told your story. I mean, it's insane now that it's out
Well,
there.
yeah, so I was worried, I still have on my stepmom's side, there's family that I love. Biologically, they're not biologically
Yeah,
me, but they've been aunts and
in your
uncles
life for
for
so long.
my whole life, basically.
Yep.
So I was nervous because I'm not trying to paint a bad picture. I'm just telling the truth. And I wasn't sure who would believe me or who wouldn't. So Larry and I were talking about it and I'm like, do I call her? Do I tell her? Because I don't want to blindside her.
Yeah.
So I did. I reached out. I don't know why I was so nervous to tell her, but it was a good thing that I did. I think that nobody knew anything. And telling somebody who has no idea and their family members of people, they don't know what to do. I've been dealing with it my whole life.
Right.
And then you just throw this at them. And so they don't know how to process it. And I don't know how
I
I
think.
feel bad,
Yeah.
right? Because I don't want them to be super angry,
Mhm.
but it's the truth. And I don't want to blindside you by this podcast being out and the gossip starting and, well, why didn't you tell me type thing?
Yeah. I think the best thing for all of those people is to just be there and to support you. I mean, they can deal with their own anger and forgiveness at some point themselves, but basically you're telling your story and you want family to support you and to be there for you and to help you get through it.
Yeah. And I check in with the ones that I've told, just making sure they're okay
Yeah.
because it is a lot to take in. It's
Yeah.
what you thought of someone your whole life or however long you've known them is not who they are.
Exactly.
And then I had another aunt reach out to me yesterday. We'll say that she's younger than me, so you know who I'm talking about. And I was actually waiting for her to chime in and talk and say something,
Mhm.
and she finally did it. So it's about time, lady. But thank you. I appreciate that text yesterday. Yeah, and I still don't know if my mom's heard it. I had called her the other day, and she didn't mention it. She's so boastful about, oh, my daughter's got a podcast. And I don't know that she's listened to it because what I needed her to do was listen to it and understand since me talking to her, she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
But when literally, we had a party. It was Easter. Everybody was over. So we did Passover here.
Mhm.
Larry and I went to church in the morning, did the whole Easter service, and then we had Passover here. And she told everybody, and I was like, I don't know what she should be telling everybody until she listens to it. But she,
That was
you
crazy
know,
to me.
yeah,
Maybe
she did.
maybe she's just going to stay silent even if she has listened. Maybe she's just not going to say anything.
And that's what I don't want her to
I
do. I
think
want her to realize.
that's a typical response, which is
I know.
unfortunate.
It's frustrating. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
But
But
just to be the podcast, my daughter, da 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 da, and then the support would be you listen to it and find out what we're talking about.
and then come and talk to you. and have a conversation.
Yeah, the people who I thought would listen aren't listening to it. To each his own, I guess. And I get it. I would get it if it was more that one of those things like Larry not listening to my story. I get that. My kid's not listening to it. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
But on the
Get
other
more
hand,
info.
the ones who haven't listened and you know who you are, that support is what I need. Like those are the things that I want from my friends who
Well,
are my friends.
That's the whole point of this podcast is to, reach out, tell our stories, and then have people become our support system because they know our truth now.
Or-
And
And
they'll
why I
come
am the way
around.
I am.
I think they'll come around and they'll realize that you are today who you are and the way you are because of the things that shaped you when you were younger, unfortunately and fortunately.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a girl that's like, yay. That's not me. Like,
Oh, that is
you're gonna,
not you.
yeah, I don't have time to make you like me. And if you don't like me, that's not my problem. I don't care.
Just-
I'm pretty awesome. So
Just too
you can
bad.
go.
Too bad.
So I am never gonna change that. I'm never gonna change that. If you don't like me, you don't like me. If you talk about me or I'm supposed to call you because I'm supposed to explain myself of why I'm not doing certain things, I'm not gonna do that. That's just not me. And I really need people to understand that because
Yeah.
that frustrates me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not changing. I've survived for almost 40 something years of all of the shit that I've dealt with. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna I have a very hard heart. It's very hard to get into this thing.
But it's soft when you get in. We love you with the right people. And you know what? Those people will come around. They will listen. They will. And then they will be there to support you even more so than they have already.
Mm-hmm.
They will. They'll come
I know.
around.
I'm back on that whole family therapy thing.
Yeah.
The anger doesn't stick around like it used to.
You did talk about your anger. Yeah.
I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm pretty freaking fantastic, but I don't have to be perfect. I have 2 amazing kids. I have a home that's a safe place for them and their friends. I've always wanted to be that house, and now that we have that house,
So
it is
exciting.
full.
It is. It's so exciting.
I have people come over when they have hard times at home. My kids come to me, so-and-so needs a place to stay. Yeah, whatever, bring them over. That's my house. That's what it's meant for.
You're that house now.
Yes, I've always wanted to be that house.
Mhm.
Like, I never had that growing up. I mean, I had my bedroom and everybody was in my room, but I never had, or you go and hang out with mom and dad. Like, we didn't. This house is full and we sit around the kitchen and I got the girlfriends and the girlfriends' friends coming over and
It's a safe, it's a safe space
Mhm.
for anyone.
Very. I have a husband who's incredible.
Yep.
He loves me and support me in ways that I've never even thought was possible.
Yep. Yeah.
But I will tell you,
But you two are so strong anyways, though. And I just love the fact that he loves you so much and church, everything is so amazing for you two.
our faith is way strong enough.
Absolutely.
And it definitely helps. But yeah, I can finally breathe. I can relax. I'm happy, like genuinely happy, not just putting on a stupid fake smile like, I'm good. I'm
Right?
happy. I like to come home and relax and be with my family.
Yep. And for anyone listening who survived something similar, we see you. For supporters, keep holding space.
If any of this resonated, share it with someone you trust or send us a message. We read them. And we would really like to be able to answer some of your questions when it comes to the hardships of abuse, of marriage, of divorce. We've all been through it. Well, I shouldn't say all. The 2 of us have been through it.
Just us. I'm so excited. And we have the question and answer episode coming up soon and some special guests coming up soon. We've got a lot coming in, a lot going on.
We do. So for our listeners, we thank you. Thanks for listening to my story on the Bestie Blend.
Big hugs, bestie. Take care of yourself and each other, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it's not just the girls.
Which I love.
Right. Make sure that you follow us on the Bestie Blend on all social media platforms. And we will see you next time.
Absolutely.
Bye, bestie.
Bye, bestie.